Hello, welcome to the podcast reviews where good movie rise and bad ones burn. Now there is a few things to talk about. One, yes, I'm high again. And so yeah, I know, I'm a total crackpot. But then again, I don't snort crack. I'm just taking edibles. As simple as that. 3. As you see, the background is different. And yes, that's the door. And that's because my room has been rearranged. 4. The desk is right here. It's hella messy. And my laptop is not on there. That's because my bed is holding the laptop, which I'm using, until I get this whole thing clean. And yeah, so let's get on with today's review. So, the Three Stooges. Y'all know them, I know them. People in the 1940s, 30s, 50s, 60s, they all know and love them whole. And they made, sorry. Yeah, I'm so high, I'm sorry. And as you've seen, in 2012, they have made a movie before them. And yeah, I've heard that there was movies in the past that they made, like Stop, Look, and Laugh, or Three Stooges Meet Hercules, or The Aliens versus the Three Stooges. All those kinds of stuff I've heard about. And yeah, I do have Three Stooges DVDs. He's on my shelf that is now over there. But trust me, we're not going to review those anytime soon. But if you want them in the future, I might give it a possibility. For now, we're going to stick with the 2012 Three Stooges movie. So let's dig into the Three Stooges the movie and show you how goofy these knuckleheads are. Now the movie begins with showing the title card and playing the classic Three Stooges theme song. But for some odd reason, they put like each piece of the movie in 3 episodes, with this 4th one being more orphan than not. Which starts off with the meanest nun you'll ever meet in your life, Sister Mary. And yet, as y'all, she is a complete bitch in this movie. And she brings the children in to go do their chores. And after they get inside, she sees a car driving by fast and throws a bag on the porch and left without saying a word for some reason. So Sister Mary, he unzips the bag, opens it, and then boop, gets her eye poked by 2 fingers, and she falls out the porch. Then the nuns comes out to see that there are baby versions of Muller and Curly in front of them, and they decide to take care of them. But then when they get older, they realize how pretty much of a handful they are. Like, so much of a handful that in one scene they had Sister Mary strapped up, and there was probably playing doctors or dentists or something. And they kept it a secret from the others for some odd reason. But yeah, then the nuns talked about how there's a family coming by that wants to adopt some kids, and they was debating on whether or not it should be the kids or the Three Stooges, and they decided screw it, let's do the Three Stooges. However, while they was meeting the parents, one kid named Tay, he comes out and joins in on the adoption debate. And mind you, who remember Tay, because trust me, you're gonna meet him later in the movie. Sorry, I trust me, he's just a complete side character in this movie, and I don't care for him. Yeah, I feel bad for him about what happens in this movie for him, but trust me, you'll see what I mean later. So, the parents decided to adopt Mo. And they talk to each other, and he did request one thing that he wanted. He wanted to have Larry and Carly with him as a family as well. And they decided, okay, then in a stupid way, of course they swap him with Tay and they laugh. Whoop-de-doo. So yeah, some little bit of a lie, and they move on with their lives, and many years later, where they became adults. And the nuns were waiting for them to fix the bell they have above the orphanage. But apparently they was asleep when Sister Mary came in and found out. So she wakes them up and gets them to work. But they also owe me a girl named Murph, who is also a part of the movie. And apparently she has some illness that's going on. I know which will come later in the movie in a sad way. Trust me. And then while Mo and Larry goes up to the bell when Curly goes to get the chainsaw, Peter, a boy named Peter, very good, his Murph some food from which was cheese from a mouse trap up in the attic, which was gross. And they talk to each other about the other, and talk about not being separated, and they will always be friends and such. And meanwhile, Mo and Larry was doing some classic Three Stooges comedy acts, like in the old days. But also that was happening. Father, her superior came to the orphanage with some very, 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 very bad news, and even though they don't show what was the bad news yet, they show the aftermath of what he told them about. And Sister Mary, or Mother Superior, told Sister Mary to go get the stooges. And so that she can tell them the news. But she also Mary mysteriously said, you should also tell them who's the ones responsible for this. But that'll come later on. And meanwhile, Chloe finally comes out the chainsaw, but stupidly keeps the chainsaw running and tries going up the ladder with it, even though it was revving up a lot because of him. So he stupidly decided to attach it to like a hook there. Or those one things that you like hook. Yeah, whatever it was. And as he climbs up the ladder, the chainsaw cuts the wood up the ladder one by one until he gets to the top where he scares with the chainsaw. And Mo tries to cut Chloe's hell with the chainsaw to prevent, but it failed. Because the blade broke. Guys, another. This Three Stooges reference classic. And they kept finding some more, but as Mother Superior Sister Mary tries calling them, and Mo tries hitting that Curly with a sledgehammer, but the head broke off of it from the wood and landed near the bucket where Sister Mary nearly got hit. So she decided to go up there and goes yelling at them. But of course the ladder was broken in half, so she couldn't do it. But meanwhile, Larry started having coffee and donuts. And the moment where Curly was still fine, but Larry said he found a donut remover on the belt, but it says "Do not remove." And of course, what does he do? He removes it, and it fell off the roof and whacked Sister Mary on the head, knocking her out, but not killing her, because it didn't land on her head, not like splatting away, but like a donk. And and they did try going down the ladder, but of course, due to it being broken, Larry fell off and went on Sister Mary. But then they realized Curly was still hanging on the ladder, or somehow balancing on it. And so they tried pulling Sister Mary away, but she hits her head on the fire hydrant, and they panicked even more. And then Curly then fell on Sister Mary, but not killing her. Or because this is cartoony, and nobody dies in a cartoony movie, even if they're not cartoons. So they tried waking her up with water, but of course they used the bucket that had the sledgehammer head inside, and it hit Sister Mary right in the face. which Larry said that they shouldn't have put iron in the water. Which on one hand I did get what he meant, because he shouldn't have like tried pouring in more problems into other problems or something like that. On the other hand, I didn't get it. Like, no, I didn't know how I got in it. But yeah, so they left her there. They're out there thinking she was alright, even though all she said was that she saved 50% on her car insurance, which let's say was a Geico, because I know they would do it. So yeah, so they decided to go see his Mother Superior to see what she wanted. But due to some shenanigans, and a piece of some wood or some stick or something that was on the little golf truck whacked the wire that had their superior putting up the for sale sign on the orphanage, and he fell onto the other nuns, and the stooges thought that he was trying to go attack the nuns, so they attacked him. And of course, Sister Mother Superior came and stopped them, and they tried telling them that he was the Father Superior, and even though at one point they thought he was there to adopt, but he wasn't. So then, and Sister Mary gathers the nun and orphans around and announces that their orphanage is going to close down at the end of the month, with the nuns going somewhere else, which I kind of forgot what it was, and the orphanage will be sent to foster home, but Murph doesn't want to go because he doesn't want to end up like Peter's brother Weezer. Get the joke? If you don't, screw you, because you're missing out on it. So Stitches asked if there was any way to like save the orphanage from being closed down, and the father explained that they would need to get the $830,000 in cash for within only 30 days, and they'll do whatever it takes to do it. So they march away and get their bikes ready, and they say goodbye. They send and saying it. They get on their bikes, they buckle up, and they ring their bells, and they threw a hook on a truck, but Mo realized that the rope wasn't on the handlebar, because he said he wanted it on. Carly wanted to tie it onto the handlebars, but he said he couldn't reach it, so he ties it to the back tire. And y'all know what's coming up next, because next thing you know, once the rope snaps straight, the bike spins around, they fell down, and they started squirming and driving and riding away in a panic situation. And then that's where the episode ends. Then we get to episode number 2, the banana split. And then it shows the two new random characters, Lindy and Mac. And they was talking about some schemes that they was doing. But then they got interrupted by the Stooges making music outside while trying to raise some money. But yeah, then they decided to split up and try looking around for someone who would bang up. But meanwhile, Larry, he randomly decide I had to try out a bow and arrow, and the episode saying that in the wrong hands the thing can be dangerous. Which, no shit, Sherlock. Do you think it was? Do you even touch a gun before, man? A gun? My God. So they tried thinking of another way to get money. And soon Lydia comes up and to them and tells them that she can pay them $830,000 if they can do the one thing, which is to kill their husband. And yes, you heard me right. Some random woman wants the Three Stooges to kill someone. Mind you, this is PG, and they're saying killing and shit. But yeah, so Lola Curly decided to make a deal, and they stupidly thought that Mac was supposed to be the one to get killed, and they do that by pushing it on towards the moving bus that hits him, and then he ends up in a side road clear and slides out of there, then gets hit by a girl on a pogo stick, and then where Arrow finally comes out of nowhere, back down out of nowhere onto his leg, and he lays down looking dead. And the boys thought it was a success, but of course it wasn't the point. And she leaves them alone, but they follow her wanting the money, but her butler tells them that Mac is actually still alive in the hospital, so he slaps the Stooges over the fence and out for yard, and they decided that they should go to the hospital and smother him in his sleep. Yikes. So they tried going to the hospital, but visiting hours was over, so they decided to go. So they decided that he and Curly will go as nurse, while Larry go as a doctor. And yeah. And Curly goes to get the room number in the magazine, and Stabs ends up flirting with the nurse, which Curly ended with by slapping him and then walking away. Hey, but then and the nurse had told them that Lizzie and Wardell saw them and recognized them and chased after them, and they ended up in a room where they ended up having to change some baby diapers, and so Curly tries doing that, but the babies ended up starting peeing on him, and he used a steel little plate to block the pee. He put sprays to Mo, then Mo grabs the baby and uses it as a nerve gun to pee. Curly, then Curly does it to Mo, then they do the Curly and to Rob. Then Curly was like, that's it, it's hard, and they did the pink chewing war. And mind you guys, this goes on for 3 fucking minutes of pee jokes. At least any poo jokes, I guess. But yeah, then the nurse comes out and while they were still fighting, and they ran off and went to the next room, and they was about to go kill him, but they get distracted by the news about how some lion named Wiggly the Lion, and there was protesters in the background trying to want them to free the lion. Meanwhile, when Mac realized that the stooges were in the room, he tries hiding in the cast like a turtle, which I don't know how, but it's cartoony. So Curly brings out all his dynamite in his coat, and they stuffed it in the cast, and then go outside and cover their ears and eyes for the explosion. But then Mac throws the dynamite at the which Curly recognized. They panicked, and they put it back on in the cast, and they cover their eyes and ears, and then boom. Although Mac did and dive around and screamed out for the nurses, but they try smothering him with a pillow until he tells them that he doesn't need to be killed anymore because the Buzz knocked the disease right out of himself, and it became a miracle. And I think it was just their luck. But then the cops comes in the room with the nurse, and they get chased on out of there. And then bing bing boom, they ended up on the roof, which they try using the fire hose to go down onto the ground, but the fire hose broke off, and they all three bounced off of like those stains that you would see on buildings, covers or whatever. I don't know, sheds. But if you freeze it like at the right time, you would see that they use mother freaking dummies. What the fuck? I I know it would be dangerous for a stunt double to do it, but come on! Can't be that cheap. But yeah, and after they found out, they accidentally found someone, which, surprise, surprise, it was Teddy. He's the adult. And he tries inviting them to his party, or wedding anniversary. So after hearing how they were down the dumps, the most the coins are offered. Let me take a picture for fun. And Mo decided that their better idea would be planting their seed money that they got from the nurses. And yes, they think seed monies are seeds that will grow money on trees. Yeah. So after they went to go farming, and it soon revealed that Ted was married to Lydia, and that he was supposed to be the one that gets killed and not Mac. And I'll explain later on what the hell was he even in the movie for. So Larry, at the farm, Larry was pouring water on fishes with a watering can on a hot day, which is just why, because it's just the opposite of taking care of fishes. But one fish, it's John, died from the heat. Then someone came up to the gate of the farm, and they thought it was a customer, but he tells them that they're farming on a golf course. Yep. Then they get in trouble, the cops came, whoop-de-doo, it's the cops from the hospital, so they run all the way to a movie theater to hide it, but then Larry and Curly started having a fight, and then Larry and Curly snapped and told Mo that he should stay with those parents instead of what Teddy. Which then he soon kicked them out of their lives. So they went their separate way. With Larry and Curly still being together. However, after they left, for some reason, the audience applauded. And there was people there watching this whole thing. And then one person, and the TV producer, said that he was now cast in #1 reality show, which you'll see soon. And the episode ended with Mo surprised about it, which I don't blame him, because what the fuck. And that leads to the final episode, No Mo, Mr. Nice Guy. Which starts off with Larry and Curly trying to sell some fishes or ice or whatever, but it's getting smelly and bad, so they decided to go to the zoo and check out some animals. But meanwhile, Lydia and Mac were there to go kill someone, which I think was supposed to be the Stooges. or should have been, yeah, I don't know. So meanwhile, Mario and Leo were going, while Leo was trying to get Mac over the fence, Larry and Curly were talking to each other and was trying to get Dolphin a peanut, but he accidentally got in his nose hole and he started choking on it. And so they tried doing CPR on the poor thing. And Curly was giving his all as well. But meanwhile, Mac, after he gets over a fence, realized that whoop-de-doo, he's in Willie the Lion's cage, which means he's face to face with Willie the Lion. Except he is chained up and is a few feet from him, and he started taunting him a lot. But then after Curly shot the peanut out of the Dolphin's nose hole, it would bounce around and whacked the lions in the groin. And that was definitely the breaking point for that lion, and it broke the chain and scratched him. So yeah. Then later on, then after that, it shows Teddy and Woody sitting, and they was watching Jersey Shore. And surprise, surprise, Moe's on Jersey Shore. I am not joking, y'all. You can watch this movie and see it for yourself. But yeah. He does do his hygiene even on them, and it and some people like it because of how comedic it is. Yeah. Meanwhile, Larry and Curly was trying to find Mo. Deciding that they should find him. They decided that they should probably find him at home, and they went home to the orphanage, but it was empty. It was Sister, which is that Murph was now very, very ill, and they still have no money. And Sister Mary finally tells them that the reason why is because they couldn't pay the health insurance, and the reason why they couldn't pay any of that is because of the stooges causing so much damage throughout the years. And yeah. But yeah, so all of that whole closing and such like that, it was all Stitch's fault, unfortunately. So one day, Larry and Curly actually we found the TV playing Jersey Shore, and throughout a montage music playing in the background, and Curly having a dream of the three of them back together, and them still watching the whole show even in the rain. But yeah, that's just all it was throughout like a minute or so. So Larry and Curly went to like the Teddy's dad's company place. And he talks to him about Mo, and he reveals that he tells them that the reason why he stayed with them because he didn't want to be away with them from him, and because of how much he loves them since they're like brothers. Oh, and also they found out that Lydia was Teddy's wife, and Mac was actually Teddy and Lydia's friend. See? There you go. So Jersey Shore tried having a protest of getting Mo off the show, or they're gonna sue him. But Larry and Curly comes to make amends with each other. But yeah. So the boys come to the anniversary with pool dogs running while they were on skateboards, and they try getting in, but they say that it was only invitation members only. So they decided to try sneaking in by being balloon delivery people that is delivering it to the place. And they did get in, but they all three gave the balloon to a little girl who then floats up and away. Not to space, but don't worry, we'll get back to her in a little bit. And while the others were Larry Curly had some hijinks around the food with lobster, an octopus, and yeah. Yeah, but when someone finally recognized the girl who's still falling up on top of the roof of the building, Larry decided that the best way to fucking save a little girl's life is to shoot a shotgun. Oh my god. Imagine if it ended in a different way. Like, if he did shot the kid. Trust me, the movie would have ended in a very deep, dark way. But yeah, I never wouldn't do that, but so Mo grabs the gun and tells him where his fire safety, but when he hits him it's just a bullet out of it, and about one of the balloons, most of the balloons, and he falls on the cake. Hey, then they run away from Lydia, Lydia, Mac, and the security they had with them. And they ran all the way into Tay's room to warn them about Lydia's plan. Yeah, but apparently it looked like he was drunk. And when he realized about how he asked Lydia about it and why he was in bed and the party's going on, and so Max finally blows his cover and points the gun at them. But then Teddy's dad comes by and points the gun at them. And made Mac drop the gun. And Teddy asked why he was doing it. But he said that Lydia was calling the shots, but Mr. Harder said that he was actually calling the shots around here. And Teddy stood there like he was about to have a panic attack. And he said that they was going to take them somewhere else so they won't interrupt the party. By the way, did you know this was a Three Stooges movie? 'Cause it is. So, all of the gang got into the car and drove off, and he did talk, and he did explain the reason why he was doing it. And then out of the blue, Carly started laughing, and Matt asked what's so funny. Carly said it's nothing because he had his pet ride Nippy with her. But then he asks who's Nippy, and he shows him the rat, but he panics. The rat gets onto her chest, and the car spins around, and they end up going underwater. And they all get up to like one spot of the car that is not underwater, and they realize that they can't break the windows or doors or anything, and the air will only last 5 minutes. Yeah, so Max says, how can this possibly get any worse? And then Curly farted. Yep. And he blamed the animals, or sea animals on it. So Mo realized he had an idea, and asked if anybody had a lighter, which Larry only had some waterproof safety matches, so he used that while telling everyone to close their eyes, and after he lights up the match from Curly's nose, the car exploded, and they all came out alive. What? know what? I'm not gonna ask how. Like, just how? Just yeah. How? And during the twist, when the Stooges asked if they can pay $830,000 for the church orphanage, he said no, because about how his dad had tried running off with his wife while murdering him. Yeah. And yeah, he did have a good point. Like, so 1 week later, when they got to the orphanage, it was closed down. All was left was the wooden. All was left was just nothing but the wood, and saying it was closed for good. But then they heard noises, and they ran out this over the bushes to see there was another or a new orphanage, but it was an orphanage and spa place. And they was wondering how did all this happen, and apparently it was because of and Jersey Shore, or they used the money he gained from like being funny throughout the series, and they decided to like use it to spend on the orphan to upgrade the orphanage. And then he signed the suit is on the other show called Nuns vs. Nitwits, which sounded kind of weird. But yeah, then Teddy and his new wife came to adopt some people. And he decided to go with Murph and Peter. But apparently they revealed that they actually found Weezer out of the blue. So now all four of them can work together as a family. And they cheered about it. And like Curly, we accidentally whacked Sister Mary with the diving board, and she fell into the pool, so they ran off, jumped off the trampoline, got onto the horse, and right off into the sunset with the title saying "The End." However, it wasn't the end just yet, because out of the blue, the directors, the Ferry brothers, comes out to show that the weapons were made of rubber, and the eye poking was completely safe, and they shouldn't poke anybody in the eye, and they want them to stay safe at home and such. So yeah, the movie is funny and good, and y'all should just give it a chance and just appreciate the nostalgic of the Three Stooges, because this show, because kids like people like me can see this as like something that we can remember what the people in the 40s and 30s and 50s have seen in the TV show version. And yeah. So, that's all. Thank you for watching the Bye Guy Reviews, and stay tuned for the next one. Comment down below on what Bye Guys Review feature videos should I make next. And please like this video, follow me on the social media links in the descriptions, and subscribe for more. Bye.